Broads Media.
So Friday evening, there was a storm on social media because, well, there was a clip flying around of Darius Slay and Steven Nelson ripping apart Eagles fans, talking about what it's like to play for this city, to play in this town, the fan base, and we'll play the audio here in a minute. It's a little long, it's a little lengthy. It's just under 2 minutes, but I want to play it in its entirety so you fully understand exactly where I'm coming from when I explain my opinion. And I'm just bothered that we are in a situation where the guys in the locker room are paying way too much attention to the outside noise instead of actually being prepared for the game and focusing on the right things and worried about the opposing team's quarterback. No. Let's not put all of our brain power into that. Let's focus on what Jim from South Philly thinks 5 rows behind the bench. That's crazy to me, and it really stems from a larger issue. And yes, I'm going right back to that well, but this is a Nick Sirianni problem because I can give you a bunch of different examples on this team and the culture being the outside noise, and it's a problem. Kenneth Gainwell was DMing fans mid-game. DMing fans mid-game, going back to the locker room in the middle of a game and going back and forth with somebody in his Instagram DMs. Let me say this again one more time. Mid-game! That's crazy. And when your head coach storms off the field in Kansas City screaming, "See ya! I don't hear you anymore! See ya!" That tells me that he's focused on what they're saying. The problem is what they're saying doesn't matter, and you're letting it impact you. And I'll even spin it to when Nick Sirianni does it positively, and I despise that too because it opens up the door for this to happen. And what I mean is when they win a game in Indianapolis and Nick Sirianni is dapping up 7, 8, 9, 10 Eagles fans behind the bench and he's flexing his muscles and he's standing on the bench screaming at them, "Yeah, wow, yeah." Okay, fine. When it works, when you win, fine. But what you realize you're doing, and I don't think he does realize this, I'm saying what you should realize is this cracks the door open for that to be something that is a part of your identity. You react to the fans. You let them play into this. You give them way too much attention. You have to black out the noise. You cannot put your time and your effort into whatever is behind the bench. It's totally unacceptable. And when your head coach is doing it, it's obviously going to bleed into the locker room. A.J. Brown didn't want to speak during the losing streak. Why? Because he was afraid of what the outside noise was going to say during that time. I got plenty of other examples, okay? Darius Slay on his podcast nonstop. We'll get into his leadership in a second. And how about when the team complained that it was too loud? Remember this. At home, it's too loud. Can you guys please tone it down a bit? It's too loud. Too loud. Shove that right up your keister. I didn't think it was too loud for Nick Foles in the NFC Championship game when you were playing the Minnesota Vikings. Was it too loud then? I mean, it's a disgrace that they try and put the blame on the fans for why they had the biggest collapse in Philadelphia Eagles sports history. And it's because the fans are mean. It's embarrassing. It truly is. So anyway, let's take a listen here to Darius Slay and Steven Nelson and what they had to say about Eagles fans and what it's like playing for them. Here we go.
Fan reaction?
Oh, you come on that tunnel?
Bro, he don't understand.
Boo!
Like,
you exactly right. There you go, baby.
If we do intros,
if we lose it, oh, go ahead, go.
If we losing at halftime,
And we go in,
boo! The whole stadium.
and that's the link. That bitch packed.
Meek and everybody.
That bitch packed.
Man, look here.
That bitch packed.
Look, Meek and everybody.
Look here. Everybody. it gets to a point one time.
Have you ever seen a home crowd boo you?
We get booed a lot.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Not me, but I've seen a home crowd boo people.
No.
We got our fans being the OC. Run the ball.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
the whole stadium. They get together.
Whole stadium.
They play mind games on the OC.
Oh,
They
I'm talking about.
they acting like they part of the coaching staff.
Look here, they'll run the ball. It could be a negative play.
Hey,
they go cheer for it.
Hey, bro.
Just because you said, because you listen.
Hey, bro. I said I learned quick. I said, oh yeah, I gotta get out of here. It's not good for my mental health.
Go ahead.
Like, I'm stressed out.
It stress you out. Boy.
I'm stressed out.
I'm talking about because I ain't gonna lie. These probably the only fans that ever got to me before.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not used to that,
It's not gonna
bro.
be just somebody new all the time. It's gonna be the same one.
Yes.
And he go hit you about 30 times.
They gonna sit in the back of the bench
Right there.
and they on your ass.
Every play.
But Big Dog,
He's terrible. What the fuck is he doing? You gotta hear that every play, even if you make a good play. I used to be like, it got to a point where like, and don't get twisted. I'm not no scrub by any means.
Okay.
But like,
Yeah,
I
we
just
know that.
hard on myself.
Yeah.
So like, it got to a point where like, I'm playing against the fans type of
And
shit.
you ain't even
I ain't
playing
even
yet.
focused. I have a third down stop. I'm talking shit to the
fans.
I'm coming outside talking, not even the opposing team.
Ain't it?
The fuck y'all niggas talking about?
Yeah, every time.
That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me that we live in a world where they are focused on what the fans are saying instead of the play in front of them, instead of focusing on the wide receiver that's staring at you in front of your face. And I am not naive. There are unfortunately people that cross the line and say stupid things. And I would never buy a ticket and be sitting 5 rows behind the bench and then stare at Darius Slay after a drive and go, yo, Slay, make eye contact with them and say, you fucking suck. You're a piece of whatever. I would never do that in a million years. And that's definitely playing with crossing the line. I think that's crazy. I'm cool with the generalized boo. The boo as you walk out of go into the tunnel at halftime. What I disagree with Darius Slay with is he made it seem like when you are in the beginning stages of the game and when you're coming out of the tunnel early and you're getting ready and now the whole entire stadium is filled and you're getting ready for kickoff, we don't just boo out of nowhere. We boo when you stink. We boo when you suck. We boo when you're getting the doors blown off you against the Arizona Cardinals at home to a team that sucks. We get mad at you when you talk your talk all off season long because the 49ers won't stop running their mouths and you responded by getting absolutely annihilated and bent over. Yes, we show our displeasure and there are definitely people that cross the line, and I will say that I am on the side of Slay and Steven Nelson if they deal with those level of people, and that does happen, but what you can't do is say that the 2% of morons and the 2% of idiots are the same as the 95% of people that are reasonably sound and reasonable level of fans. See, we live in this world now, and keep in mind, there are people trying to get standing ovations for every single player. All right, we had one for Trey Turner, which was a huge step. This isn't the Philadelphia fan base of 1932. All right, this isn't the Philadelphia fan base of the 1927 teams. We have absolutely developed and gotten way better, probably too much so, because now there's standing ovations for Tobias Harris. There's standing ovations for this Philadelphia Eagles team, which people tried to do at the NovaCare complex with signs when there was all that frustration. So that's 3% of fans. Then you have the 2% of fans that get overboard because they're getting shit-faced too much too early at the link, tailgating, shotgunning beers, funneling vodka, going crazy, not having any food in their system, so they're saying stupid remarks. But you can't take those 5% total of individuals and apply that to the entire fan base. That's stupidity.